So last week, Marvel began hyping this glorious gem, and the quality or lack therein of this thing, it truly shows you how far the mighty Titan has fallen. See, to me, this is yet more proof of an industry that has forgotten its consumer. I mean, when you look at the billing for this is being called one of the most important events that's going on at X-Men right now. It's going to debut a new X-Men team, and they expect people to drop minimum. This will be the minimum cost, $5 per issue, 12 issues involved, so $60 for this entire thing. Now, you and we're going to look through this 26-page preview to show you exactly what they're hyping, and you tell me, would you drop your money on this? Because I tell you, I barely wanted to pick this thing up for free. See, when I look at these pages, I'm reminded of that New Warrior controversy, where Marvel got in trouble for going in appropriating sexual identity in the most inappropriate way. And you tell me, how is this any different? How is it any different indeed? So hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. And if you would, before we get started, share this video far and wide, because everybody loves a good trash fire. Smell the burning. Smell the burning. Also, if you would feed that pesky algorithm, it enjoys likes, comments, sometimes it enjoys Skittles. Taste that rainbow. Also, if you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. And if you hadn't, well, look at that shiny button. Now, before we look at the book itself, and irregardless of whether or not you're invested or even understand this industry, understand this. This industry, it's hemorrhaging money. If you look at the numbers in front of you here, this is IDW. See, Marvel, they hide their numbers. They hide them really well because they don't know if their stockholders know what's going on. But a company like this, they can't do that. This is the fourth largest publisher of comic books. And if you look at these numbers, remember, they were at one time worth $50 million. Then, the year you can't see here, they lose $36 million. Next year, again, these are their numbers, by the way. You can see brackets, they equal loss. These are $26 million in loss, another $13 million in loss. Essentially, they've lost more than they're worth, and they are leveraged to the hilt. Now, in a climate like that, you would expect the industry's top dog to come in, shake up things for the positive. I mean, after all, we're seeing companies collapsing. We're seeing comic book shops shut down. You would think they would come in and they would do something that would be profound. Instead of that, however, they delivered this, the Hellfire Gala. Now, personally, I think that you should go back in, rename this the Trash Fire Gala, because you know what? This has absolutely nothing to do with the Hellfire Club of yore. And this, they're hyping it up, and it's just going to lose money. I mean, if you look at these designs, the best thing that I can say about it is, hey, maybe I like this one here. But when you look at them, uninspired, that's probably the best way I could describe it. If you look at quote-unquote people of color portrayal in all of this, for example, they're afraid to do anything with them. They're afraid to touch these characters. They're afraid to display them in a powerful way. And that's crazy, considering characters like Storm, these were some of the most positive representations out there imaginable. So when you look at Prodigy here, for example, do you see a strong, independent character? Do you see someone inspirational? Or do you see a caricature on display? See, Marvel Comics have already taken characters like Iceman, decided they were going to change their identity and do that in the most inflammatory ways possible, taking them and again, turning them into characters. And now you see that on full press display here with everything from the gown to the high heels going on. And again, is that strong and independent? Is that a positive statement? Or is that the worst type of character you've ever seen? See, companies like Marvel, they don't seem to get this idea. You and I, we're not check boxes. You can't tick enough of them, adding, say, someone in a wheelchair, adding certain skin color and on, and boom, presto manifesto, you make money. You have to do something inspirational, not stereotypical. And this stuff, I mean, it is stereotypical to form. Now, if you think these statements are unduly harsh when it comes to Marvel too, I want to remind you of the New Warriors controversy controversy. This, it came up 1 year ago. Basically, you had Marvel lambasted far and wide because of this, because it was such a trash fire. With that trash fire reflecting the newest trash fire, not only in the uninspired, you can see uninspired here, in the design of screen time and in the description. Listen to this. A meme-obsessed super teen whose brain became connected to the internet after being exposed to his grandfather's experimental gas. Yeah, very inspired at that. And you also have caricatures like this. You have Snowflake in Safe Space, who the consensus opinion, we're talking about pretty much everyone agreeing, were offensive and beyond. Why? Because they stole identity. This is going to be the first non-binary going by they, them. And really, when you look at this description here, the team together, they're a post-ironic meditation on using violence to combat bullying. You know, because hey, we're down with the kids, only we're not. See, in my opinion, I think Marvel thinks they're playing it safe. They think nobody will call them out for some of these designs. They think they've tempered it down and then some. You can see this with Native American imagery. You have something like this with Mirage, for example. Mirage looks like a Disney stereotype. There is no other way to say that. Looks absolutely like a Disney stereotype. And then you have the reversal of that. You have a character like Warpath. Warpath has always showcased their identity, their heritage. Always 110% on display. Not only did they remove that, but they decided they're going to play it safe throughout because God forbid somebody become offended by that. And again, the removal, the erasure of that, isn't that offensive itself? Now, ignoring everything else I said there, I mean, if we just look at the uninspired part, this shows you how disconnected Marvel is from their audience. I mean, imagine you go into a comic book shop for your first time, you see designs like this sitting on the shelf. Would you be inspired to pick them up, particularly if they cost $5? That'll be the baseline or more every time you pick up a comic book. Would you want to drop money on that? See, this is the experience for somebody that walks into a comic book shop for the first time these days. If this is out on the shelves, they're going to see these designs, but say they go up by the register, they see the free books up there, they see the Hellfire Gala and decide to pick it up. They pick this up, they take it home with them, going to flip through it. Do you feel like this is going to sell somebody on coming back in again, dropping not only coin, but heavy coin at that? Now, if you talk about this stuff, though, you get attacked by shills for the comic book industry. You get attacked by its quote-unquote professionals, too, because they know that their industry is falling apart. They know that what they've done to it, it is the root cause of it. It's not the beer bug that did it. And yeah, they don't like that at all. That's why, myself, I bought comic books for years. Decades, but I will not touch a Marvel book anymore because this stuff right here, it's a problem, but it's only the surface level problem there. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff, and as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. No one else does, so thank you. Also, want to help the channel out? Links in the description. Check those out for sure. But you being here, that matters, so thank you. I appreciate you more than I can say, and we will see you soon.